Hi YouTube! Today is my 22-week pregnancy update video, and if you subscribe to my channel, you see that I've been posting. I post a lot about how I save money, and I have to say this week I had a total pregnancy shopping trip. I stopped in at our local grocery store yesterday, and they had all this marked down Halloween candy. Now, usually I have a lot of self-control when it comes to sugar, sweets, processed stuff, and I just say, no, it's not worth it. But yesterday we went at lunchtime and I was starving and I was really bad. They had Nestle Toll House chocolate chips. They were 20 cents a bag. So what? They were orange and black. They were just chocolate chips. I think I bought like 20 bags of them, and yes, I'm going to freeze them. I'm not going to use them right away. But it was like a total pregnancy moment. Normally I'd be like, 20 cents, I don't care. They're not worth it. But yesterday I was like, I'm so buying them. So that was my big failure this week with the pregnancy. And I was like sugar high, and I'm kind of embarrassed to say that I did that because usually I'm so good about resisting temptations with sugar, but not this week. Last week I talked to you about how underpads or chucks, washable underpads or chucks, were an indispensable part of my home birth and afterwards using it with my daughter for potty training. Well, this week I want to talk about something else that is indispensable for a home birth, and I have used this for all of my births. My first home birth midwife back in 2002 introduced me to this, and I was really nervous about trying something all natural and homeopathic, but I gave it a shot. And it has become my best friend. I love this stuff. I can't recommend it enough to people. I use it for my kids. And it's this little bottle of Arnica, Montana. And if you've never used Arnica, it's pretty much for muscle bruising, swelling, anything like that, trauma. And so the first time I ended up using this was right after the delivery of my daughter. And I noticed that instead of having all that peritoneal swelling and, that uncomfortableness down there, it was gone. I started taking the Arnica and it was gone within a half hour, 45 minutes. And I noticed that with each of my children, which was great. That was a great perk. But I fell in love with this even more after I had my fourth baby and had the worst time with hemorrhoids. Out of a last resort, I said, well, let's try some Arnica. And so I took my Arnica, and within half hour, they were gone. And as long as I kept up taking this, they stayed away. And it was an amazing drug because if you guys have ever had hemorrhoids, you know how horrible they can be. So there's two brands that I've used before. This brand here is Highlands, and the other brand that I use is Boiron. This brand here, and this is the same thing, Arnica, Montana, and the dosage is the 30X. That's what my original midwife back in 2002 told me to get, and that's what I've always used. I know there's other dosages out there. I can't tell you anything about those. I just stick with what my midwife told me originally. Now, there's two differences between the Highlands and the Byron? I think it's Byron. And let me show you the differences. At first glance, they kind of look the same. I'm going to zoom in on the Highlands first. And this is more like a powder pellet right here. And as soon as it hits your mouth, it like instantly dissolves. So it's gone in a matter of seconds. Where the Byron over here is more like a little sugar pellet, and they take a little bit longer to dissolve. This has a sweet taste to it, where the Highlands is more of a chalky taste. So it's more of a personal preference what you'd rather have. They both do the same thing, just one is more chalky, one is more sweet. The other difference with the Byron is this has a twist dispensing cap up at the top here. So no matter how many times you shake it, See, nothing comes out. You actually have to twist the device to release the medication, which is probably better for kids, at least little kids around the house. And then this bottle is just a regular twist off cap. And as with anything, if you're interested in this homeopathic remedy, please do your research and please talk to your medical midwife, your doctor, about taking any homeopathic medicines before you start taking it. This week in the line of food, I've been doing quite a bit of cooking. I didn't do a lot of pictures because there was nothing spectacular. It wasn't like pregnancy stuff. Other than today, I made a pumpkin chip bundt cake with a chocolate ganache. I made a slow cooker beef stew, which was fabulous. The kids love that. And that I made yesterday when it was another cold day. And today I was on this pumpkin spree. I also made pumpkin soup, and it was so good. It was, if you like that type of smooth soup, that's definitely something worth trying. That's, I think, everything for week 22. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. To all those who are new here, welcome. And I will be seeing you guys all next week for week 23. Bye, YouTube.